I think Amy's loved him from the very beginning, and I think that something that Greta did so well was the constant flashback to just proving every single time these adults did anything in their life, they were constantly thinking back to the past, and that's how we all tap into nostalgia. And I think one of the things that you got to see all the way through Amy's life is just how much she's adored him from such a young age to then as a grown woman. And I also think, we were discussing this the other day, you know, Laurie and Joe have constantly been, well, especially in this version, been kind of described as similar people and other halves of one another. And so Saoirse and I were quite shocked to realize that Amy's loved essentially Joe's other half. And how those parallels are quite interesting. And obviously later on in their life, she becomes like an educator to him. She keeps him in shape and she keeps him, I suppose, focused. And that's what he needed.
It's interesting, the Joe's other half.
I know.
Theory.
I have loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it.
It would be a disaster if we married.
It wouldn't be a disaster.
Okay? We'd be miserable.
Joe, I'd be a perfect saint.
I can't.
I think Joe has that beautiful speech in the field where she says we wouldn't be fit for one another, and it's true, like people that are socially compatible or colloquially compatible or something like that, or in their youth, that does not mean that, you know, that it's meant to be for life. And this would be the worst way to look at it, but Laurie has a line in the movie where she says she calls me my lord, and that's certainly not what the function of the relationship is. But there's a truth in that. I think Amy and Laurie get to like fulfill things for one another or play things for one another, and that can be, if not lifelong satisfying, that certainly an immediate, something that's not only satisfying but a healthy reciprocal feedback loop, as opposed to, you know, like I said, Joe has that speech where, like, we would be angry at each other all the time. We'd be at each other's throats. And that's what I like, without giving anything away. 150-year, spoiler alert. But when he sits down with her, or when Laurie sits down with Joe in the attic, and she doesn't know he's gotten married yet, and he says to her, you were right. Like, we were totally incompatible. And she's sitting there like, oh, God. That's my favorite scene of Saoirse's in the movie. Not the one that I'm in, but the one where she collects herself in the doorway before she speaks to you. I think that's her best.
Yeah.
I am not the relationship expert, so I don't know. I'm saying. In fact, maybe
for those two people,
maybe a marriage counselor, or relationship therapist right now would be like, that is wrong. That's wrong.
Timmy, what are you doing?
But in regards to what Joe's character says, that dynamic that we see at the end of the movie that's beginning between Amy and Laurie makes sense.
Well, also Amy gives something to him, which is she desires him. Like she loves him on a different level, and that's what they bring out in one another.
My girls have a way of getting into mischief.
Well, so do I. This is Meg, Amy, Beth, and Joe.
I intend to make my own way in the world.
No one makes their own way, least of all a woman. You'll need to marry well.
You are not married, aren't you?
Well, that's because I'm rich.
My mum, I remember when I was going through a really horrid first, like, brutal, ow, my organs are dying. And I remember my mum said, it hurts a millimeter less every single day. And I remember when she said that, it was day one of it, the breakup happened yesterday, and I was like, a millimeter every day. And she was right. A month later, it was like my organs had started to heal. But knowing that was nicer, that every day gets better.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. That's a healthy.
Still shit, though.
Yeah, still shit. Yeah. Greta Gerwig, because by way of the script, by way of the energy she imbued in it, this is not perhaps specifically relevant to what you just asked, but I think she has a good quote where she says, in period pieces, it almost seems sometimes like people don't know what to do with their bodies because you don't know what would be appropriate. And I think for us, you know, the respect for the period, the respect for those kinds of rules were important, but more important was that visceral nature of this movie, the idea that people could watch this movie, maybe even muted, and you would still get what was going on screen.
Women, they have minds, and they have souls, as well as just hearts.
I want to be great or nothing.
And they've got ambition, and they've got talent, as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it.